It's the Carabao Cup, third round, Newcastle United against Crystal Palace, and I'm not in any ordinary seat for this match. I'm a guest in the media suite. It's coming up. Welcome back, it's Eddie from Tyneside Life. So this video is a little bit different to the other ones. It's not going to be a normal match day vlog when I'm out and about winding up or having a cracking banter with the fans out there. For this particular match, myself and 2 or 3 other YouTube channels have been invited into the media suite for the match for Newcastle United against Palace. We're going to be in the press box, but also after the match we're going to go to the post-match conference with Eddy H. I cannot tell you how excited I am. How did we get chosen to do this? Purely and simply because me and the other channels who will be here this evening are being showcasing and promoting and supporting women's football, Newcastle United women's football, and that's all it is. It's not because my channel's any better than anybody else's, or I'm working harder than anybody else. There's a lot of great YouTube channels out there. It's purely and simply because we've been supporting women's football. So in recognition of that, Newcastle United have reached out and invited us as guests inside the area to have a look at how the club operates on match day, see how things operate with the press and the media, and all the gubbins surrounding that. So I'm really looking forward to all that and learning tons, and I'm going to tell you as much as I can about it once I come back out. In relation to the match today, it's a funny one. Third round of the Carabao League Cup against Palace. Ordinarily in recent seasons would see a cup match as a bit of a distraction and would save our best players, put a weekend side on to concentrate on the league. I don't know what Eddy H is going to do for the match today. There's a couple of arguments. You know, we've got Chelsea on Saturday. We've also got some high-profile players who probably don't want to get injured for the World Cup. But Eddy H, listening to Eddy H, I think he wants to win every game. You'll see the Carabao Cup as an opportunity to progress. I think this season Newcastle United to see a cup run is really important. For that reason, notwithstanding 1 or 2 tweaks to the side, I think he's going to put out probably his strongest side he can. I think he might rest Bruno, for example, but I mean, I might be wrong. I don't think he's going to rest players who are going to be in internationals. Eddy H is going to do what's right for Newcastle United and right for the fans to get Newcastle into the 4th round of the Carabao Cup. I could be completely wrong. I mean, it's about 6 o'clock, so the team sheets haven't come out. That's just my thoughts at the minute. I think he's going to put a strong side out. As to the score, of course, I think Palace will see this is an opportunity to put a strong side out and turn one over on the Toon. I don't think that's going to happen. If he puts a weakened squad out, that's entirely possible. But if he puts more or less his strongest side out, I think we're going to comfortably win this evening. But anyway, that's my thoughts on the match this evening. I'm going to head inside to the media suite, rub shoulders with the great and the good, and I'll let you know what happens. Well, that's it. We're through on penalties, and what an incredible experience that was, being in the whole media setup. What a hive of activity, fascinating stuff. There's about 120 representatives across the media, newspapers, TV, radio, and just rubbing shoulders with the great and the good, and chatting and mixing and meeting these reporters was just such a joy and just a privilege, and I feel really humbled at having the opportunity to to be there, and thanks again Newcastle United. Absolutely loved it. So when you go in initially into the media suite area, you get your pass and you kind of mix around. There's like a little a canteen area where they had a lovely, beautiful curry on. The chicken was to die for. Tea and coffee on tap, and then you're through to your media seat. I was in F12. I had Radio 5 Live. 5 Live behind me. Over my left shoulder had Malcolm MacDonald and John Gibson. Yeah, absolutely loved it. Got to meet Eddy H, which was a joy and a privilege as well. But in terms of the match, I was wrong about the selection. He went for a lot of changes, and I think it almost backfired. There was too many players who just didn't have it in the legs or a little bit rusty. John Joe Shelvey, Maximum, for example. The first half was awful. It was all a bit flat. It wasn't a very good quality first half. Second half, I thought we were much better and the dominant team in the second half, without really causing many problems, although Dan Byrne missed a setter with his head from about 6 yards out. That should have been buried. It wasn't until we brought on the big guns, which I think he should have had 2 or 3 more on from the beginning, with Trippier, Botman, Bruno. That made a difference from 65 minutes onwards, and then Miggy come on, and then Joe Willock. And really there was only one team in it. Newcastle deserved to go through, but of course we weren't able to finish the match off in normal time. We had to go through to penalties, and Bruno, what on earth was he doing with that penalty? He had us hanging on the edge of our seats after he missed that, but we've gone through. We thoroughly deserved it, and I hope we get a draw in the next round. I think it's the 21st, 22nd of December. But yeah, just what a surreal experience. During the half-time break, coming back into the stands to take my seat, I'm walking out with Keith Downey chatting about the match. I just never thought I'd find myself in that position 12 months ago, so it's just a incredible experience. Loved every minute of it, and the other YouTube channels were there as well. They thoroughly enjoyed it. Matty from the Magpie channel, Lee from Newcastle Fans TV, had a good chat with him. Adam Pearson, of course, he was there. Yeah, so that was that. After going forward, I think there may be other opportunities as well to attend possibly cup matches in the media suite. But anyway, enough of me waffling on. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And until next time, catch you later.